What's going on, YouTube? This is Terrell Davis coming at you with another Raw review video. This time we're taking a look at the Raw from last night, March 2nd, 2015. And I gotta tell you, this is probably one of the better shows that I've seen. And Raw was on fire last night. That's all I have to say. So let's get into the results. Let's get into what happened last night. So last night clearly wasn't Seth Rollins' night. I'll tell you that for one thing. So it starts off Seth Rollins, he gets, he comes out, he's the heel that he is. He reminds everybody, that, everybody's there to see him, and, that people paid tickets to see him. And, right now he's beefing with Jon Stewart from The Daily Show. And they showed clips of how, they've been going back and forth, trading, barbs and stuff like that. And, Seth Rollins showed up on Jon Stewart's show, inviting him to come to Raw. So then we have last night, Seth Rollins just, calls him out and says, I know you're on your way, but, I, unless you're here to, beg for my forgiveness, like, I suggest that you don't come at all. So, he's talking trash, getting, heat from the crowd. And then out comes Roman Reigns, man of the hour. And, he comes out, he pretty much, he challenges Seth Rollins to, cash in his Money in the Bank contract at WrestleMania and make the match a triple threat match. Honestly, I don't really think that's a bad idea, because I'm a big fan of both Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Like, I think him, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose are the future of that company, of the WWE. And, like, I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad if that match went down. But Seth Rollins, the heel that he is, the top heel that he is, obviously he's gonna say no. He's gonna obviously wait to the right moment when it's whether it's Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, whoever comes out on top at WrestleMania. He's going to wait for the right time to, strike. So, I mean, it would be in Seth Rollins' nature to do that. I mean, I wouldn't see him do anything less than that. Who knows? Who knows what happens? But at the same time, Seth Rollins is also beefing with Randy Orton. But right now they're coexisting at the moment. But knowing, like I said before, knowing Randy Orton, he's waiting for that opportunity to strike. And, what better way to do that than, when it gets closer to WrestleMania, and he's doing it by, rejoining the authority, so to speak, and, just, trying to get into their good graces. But at the same time, he's waiting for that moment to strike. I would imagine that. I would imagine that's where the storyline is going, because these two are headed for a clash at WrestleMania, and that's gonna be inevitable. So the way the storyline goes down, either way, it's gonna end with Seth Rollins and Randy Orton at WrestleMania 1-on-1. So as we get into that, and then so it's gonna be it was Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins at the main event last night. Very, very interesting main event. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But going on with the Intercontinental title picture. Now, right now the storyline is, there's a lot of people who are wanting that championship, who's actually taking the championship away from Bad News Barrett. They're literally stealing the championship. And, you have, Dolph Ziggler, you have R-Truth, you have Dean Ambrose, you have, Luke Harper, I mean, all of these guys are literally picking on Bad News Barrett and, taking the championship away, and taking turns stealing the championship and stealing it away from each other. It's just like hot potato with the Intercontinental title. I mean, I've seen the storyline before. I've seen it, people take, the champion, the champion's belt away. Eventually they, settle it at, whatever the pay-per-view may be. But in this case, WrestleMania, Bad News Barrett is supposed to defend his Intercontinental title in a ladder match against multiple WWE superstars. Your guess is as good as mine as to who's going to be in it. I mean, you have, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth. I mean, list goes on. I mean, who knows? Maybe Daniel Bryan might be in that mix. Who knows what WWE's plans are for him. And then, speaking of, Daniel Bryan, he had a match with Luke Harper last night. He didn't look, he won the match, obviously, but, the way that Luke Harper manhandled him, I mean, he didn't look too hot in the ring. Like, the neck was bothering him. You could tell it was bothering him, but who knows what, WWE's plans are for him, going into WrestleMania. I mean, whether or not he's going against Sheamus or he's going to be one of the participants in that ladder match, or if he's going to be in the, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Who knows what happens. But speaking of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, you have John Cena, who, he does his usual stick about how he doesn't give up. He wants to face, Rusev, and, he's acknowledged that, if Rusev doesn't want to face him, he's not really going to, complain about it. At the same time, he enters himself in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, only to be interrupted by Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon, pretty much tells him that that's not really going to happen. And, really just tells him, you have to really just picture, what would John Cena be without the WWE instead of what it would, the WWE be without John Cena. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see with John Cena. Like, are we going to see him at WrestleMania? Are we not going to see him at WrestleMania? There are people who are really don't want him at WrestleMania, but I mean, if I'm a company man, and if I'm wanting the company to make money, and he's like one of the top draws in the company, he's going to be involved in that pay-per-view somehow. I mean, time will tell, what happens, with him, and as far as WrestleMania goes. I mean, is he going to be in the Battle Royal? Is he going to face Rusev? I mean, who knows what happens, but as of right now, Stephanie McMahon making it perfectly clear that, she pretty much wants John Cena to sit this one out. Who knows? So, with that, I just want to get into the main event. Okay, like, I was speechless. I had to look at it over and over again. Like, it was like amazing to watch. Okay, so Roman Reigns, he has his doubters, and that's perfectly fine. I believe, like, there's wrestlers that's going to have their doubters, and he does everything he can to work hard, leave everything he has out there in the middle of that ring, and to try to sway people to be in his favor. But last night, they were in New Jersey, and the crowd wasn't really feeling them. So I think in the back of his mind, he really needed to do something to, like, get their attention, to wow them. And in the main event, he was on the roll. He was about to beat Seth Rollins. Randy Orton gets involved in the match, and all of the authorities out there pretty much, getting involved in the match. And when it came to it, Seth Rollins rolls up Roman Reigns, 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns loses. Roman Reigns is mad, and in a moment, without thinking about it, Roman Reigns, gets full speed ahead, and the authority are like all sitting out on the outside of the ring. He goes full speed ahead, and in one motion, he dives over the top rope on top of everybody in authority. Now, that was an amazing moment. an athletic moment. So for those of you who says that Roman Reigns is not athletic, that he needs more moves, that he does not have good in-ring ability, you need to really cite that match last night. He really, really showed that he's got more in his arsenal than what you guys are seeing, and he proved it. I mean, when he dived over the top rope, automatically I thought about The Undertaker. Undertaker did the same thing, but Roman Reigns had some hops. He had air. He had some air time when he got over that top rope, and he pretty much cleaned house. And when it came down to it, he speared Big Show, and when Seth Rollins was on the top rope, he tried to come at Reigns. Nope, Reigns speared him in midair, and I was just shocked. And like, he wowed the crowd in New Jersey. Like, I would imagine that the crowd in the Northeast, I would imagine there's some tough crowds, but to be able to wow them like that, like, you're doing something right. Like, he did his thing last night. And if you're not a believer of Roman Reigns yet, I don't know what to tell you, because that was amazing what he did last night. And I believe the best is yet to come. Like, I wouldn't sleep on him just yet. You know what I'm saying? Especially against Brock Lesnar. Like, this is going to be a hard-hitting match. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy, I tell you that. But it's going to be hard-hitting, and it's going to be a great match. It's going to be an awesome match. I mean, we're talking like Brock Lesnar doing the shooting star press against Kurt Angle, like that type of amazing. Like, I think these guys are going to really dig deep in their arsenal and their bag of moves. They're gonna leave everything out there in the middle of that ring. That's gonna be an amazing match. I'll tell you what. Like, it's gonna be the type of match where at the end of the match, these two guys, they're gonna tear each other apart, but at the same time they're honestly gonna have respect for one another. And I think that would, get Brock Lesnar to respect Reigns. And I would imagine that would probably be a face turn for Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? And they're, I'm hearing about, possibly Reigns might do a heel turn come WrestleMania time and join Paul Heyman. No, I don't think that would, I don't think that's really a good idea. I think it would be even better is to see, both of them turn on Paul Heyman. That'd be pretty cool. And then, and then Brock Lesnar, gives Reigns his respect, and I mean, that'd be an amazing moment there. That'd be an awesome WrestleMania moment there. But like I said, things can change, and it's up to creative to really steer this storyline and get really make sure this match is top notch. It's a top of the line match. It's a match that will keep people talking for years to come. And then speaking of Paul Heyman, Paul Heyman is being Paul Heyman last night, talking about how he's doing a really good job of putting Reigns over with the crowd. At the same time, he's putting his client over with the crowd as well, and he's really just carrying this match. Just what I thought, just as I thought he was going to do, is carry the match and carry both of these guys and put them both over. Because Brock Lesnar doesn't really have that many appearances as it is on Raw. Like, he's on there every now and then. So it's up to Paul Heyman to really build the match up for both of these guys. But I mean, I wouldn't necessarily count Brock Lesnar out yet, because we're pretty much like less than 4 weeks away from WrestleMania, and Brock Lesnar got some appearances coming up. So especially before WrestleMania, so we're gonna see some opportunities for Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns to be in the middle of the ring face to face, and I can't wait to see that. I'm saying I can't wait to see that. But there it is, guys. I mean, I enjoyed Raw last night. I hope you guys did. If you didn't see it, you can watch it on Hulu. You can watch it on YouTube. WWE Network. If you don't have the WWE Network, get that, because they're showing the full episode in there as well. But I encourage you guys to check out that match with the Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins main event last night. Especially after, wasn't so much during the match, but it was after the match that really just, blew me away, and I'm sure it blew the crowd in New Jersey away, and it blew like people watching on TV away. So check it out, and then I'll see you guys on Thursday for the SmackDown review. Hopefully, we'll see some more build up to the the WrestleMania card. Obviously, we have the Intercontinental title picture. We have Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match, and we'll see what else goes down on SmackDown this week. So, anyways, thank you guys again for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my page, like this video, share this video, comment below. I am very, very ready for WrestleMania. So I hope you guys are ready too, because it's going to be a big year this year for WrestleMania. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. All right, peace.